Snyder's Justice League runs 4 hours and 2 minutes. That's 242 minutes. That's longer than Avatar, Avengers, Endgame, The Irishman, Dances with Wolves, Malcolm X, Lawrence of Arabia, or any of the Godfather movies. If it were released to big screens, it would tie Kenneth Branagh's 1996 adaptation of Hamlet for being the longest major studio theatrical release in history. Snyder's first two movies, Man of Steel and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, were received with a bit of a chill by both critics. The movies have a 56% and 23% freshness rating on Rotten Tomatoes, respectively, and DC fans, who didn't like to see Superman killing people or Batman firing guns, both highly non-canonical to their comic book counterparts. No matter, Snyder forged ahead with Justice League until the tragic death of his daughter. The movie was done filming by then, but Snyder stepped aside, and Avengers director Joss Whedon took over. Whedon overhauled the entire movie. He snagged $25 million in reshoots, bringing the film's budget to a staggering $300 million, zigged out a mustache being sported by Superman's Henry Cavill, who needed the stash for his work on Mission Impossible. Fallout gave the film a lighter, funnier tone than Snyder had envisioned, and cut the flick down to a 2-hour runtime, mandated by Warner Bros. The results. You can check out my review here. It wasn't long before Snyder's fans, and some DC fans too, began wondering about a fabled Snyder Cut, or what Justice League would have looked like without Whedon's input. Now, nearly 4 years and an estimated $70 million in new filming, CGI costs later, we have our answer. Zack Snyder's Justice League is longer, that's for sure, literally twice as long as its predecessor. And honestly, it feels it. While some of the added length improved the movie, as we'll get below, this still felt like it had about 80 minutes of excess. It's also more cohesive and character-driven. In Whedon's version, with its studio-mandated 2-hour runtime, we lost a lot of backstory from both The Flash and Cyborg. Here, both, particularly Cyborg, become real, multi-dimensional characters, and that's a welcome change. And obviously, the added runs out for more connective plot tissue, too, which makes this version feel less like just a string of action sequences. But it also is less fit for family viewing, as its R rating, and this review should illustrate. It's bloodier, more profane. Its quasi-spirituality can be perplexing. And then there's this, it's just a darker movie. In my opinion, the best superhero movies are entertaining, even inspiring thrill rides. Ones that can even point obliquely to the heroes that can lurk within us all. Even Logan, an R-rated superhero movie that had much worse content use than this film, got that part right and, in my mind, hardly missed its successes. Zack Snyder's Justice League contained some great superhero moments and even some slivers of inspiration. But man, you have to slog through some really depressing moments to find them. And if that wasn't enough, the film ends with an uber-dark teaser that would appear to subvert and upend much of what draws us to superheroes, and these superheroes in particular, in the first place. Warner Bros. Is allegedly going to treat Zack Snyder's Justice League as a non-canonical movie, which works for me. What this movie adds doesn't make up for what it lacks.